Hey, ninth grade, this is Mrs. Ponthlet, and today for your community project, we're going to talk about group selection. If you remember, in November and December with your community projects, we're just starting to think about your community project. I gave you a short introduction. You saw a speaker last Friday, and now you're thinking about who you want to work with on your project. January, February, and March, you will be working on planning your project and taking action. And then you'll do your project presentations in late April or May. So on Friday, you listen to some speakers from communities you might be really interested in doing a project on. Now you want to think about who do you want to do that project with? So this week, you should be thinking about that decision. Who can you do your project with? So, some things to consider. The strongest projects will come from groups of people who focus not just on the people they're working with, but who are focused on similar causes. So, think about who else in your life has an interest that you do and might want to work on a similar project. You'll be more motivated to complete the project if you really care about the cause, not just the people you're working with. Also, be kind. This can be a really stressful process for people as they're choosing groups. If there's someone that's struggling to find a group, consider welcoming them into your group if you have space. If you can't fit someone into your group, please tell them kindly and respectfully. This is about building our community. If you're having trouble finding a group, try not to take it personally. The group size limit can force people to make really difficult decisions and possibly not work with close friends. You can indicate this on your form if you don't have a group but you'd like to work with some others. Remember too that groups can collaborate. If you have a large project idea that you think would take more than 3 people, you're still going to form those groups of 1 to 3, but then you can collaborate with that group on a larger idea. Make sure you talk to me, Mrs. Poncelet, and I can help you figure out how to approach that project. Also, as you're making decisions on who to work with, consider how and when you'll collaborate. Eventually, you'll have meetings scheduled with your group members and supervisor during Friday crew times. You'll only have 4 of those meetings. That won't be enough time to complete the entire project. So think about who has similar availability times to you, maybe working before or after school, or who else would be interested in signing up for WIN or flex sessions during the school day when you'd be able to get the work done. So keep that in mind as you're making your decisions about your groups. So here are some final reminders. Your group choices are due this Friday, December 9th. You're going to focus on your cause or your project. You want to make sure you are energized by the cause that you care about, not just working with your friends. You can be in a group of 1 to 3 total ninth graders. And these can be any ninth graders at West. They don't have to just be in your crew or just in a certain class. Any ninth graders here at West. And groups will be created based upon this form that you're going to fill out. All ninth graders should complete the form. And not all selections are guaranteed. If you have questions, send them to Mrs. Poncelet. And here's my email address. Ninth graders, I will also send an email to you with this form, but you can pause the video right here, leaders, so that you have the QR code up. And I'll put this QR code in an email, and I'll also include it on a crew module later in the week. Thanks.